skin. A pulse of light, let it begin. The night dissolves, the day will spin. Rise, awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice, where dreams awaken and climb. Rise, awakenings, now is the time. Echoes bloom, they bend and glide. A signal surging deep inside. From shadows' grip, we rise and rise. Tune the whispers, find your way. Tomorrow starts with sound today. Rise, awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice, where dreams awaken and climb. Rise, awakenings, now is the time.
Hey, this is Brindlewolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice, where dreams awaken and climb. Rise Awakenings, now is the time. Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.
It's Brindlewolf and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can. Walking by a mirror, avoiding the reflection, eyes not making contact, constant redirection, covering the sadness written on the face, checking every detail, mask firmly in place. But underneath it all, a feeling all too known lurks beneath the smile that one too many own. Ejected, you're not one. accepted.
Phoenix Talks, everyone.
Wow. That was just beautiful, Micah.
Thank you.
Excellent work. Wow. Welcome to Phoenix Talks.
Yeah, I warned everybody for a reason on that one because, yeah.
Wow. Thank you. It sets the tone.
Yeah,
Talk
it
about
really
it.
does. It's if you can't tell, it's a personal conversation. But first, hold on. There we go. All right.
Yes. And first do the usual Phoenix Talks things before we get in.
Absolutely. Welcome in. Welcome in. I am Michka Brindlewolf Grant, and next to me is the lovely Rev D, Rev
Hello.
Diane. And if it's the first time that you are tuning into Phoenix Talks, the way the show works is each week one of us or one of you comes up with a topic that we talk about. Now, here's the thing. Since we moved over to Rise Awakenings, each and every week I create a song based on the topic. If somebody presents it to me, then I'm like, okay, tell me about it. And then I go and write the lyrics, go into Suno and create something like you just heard. That's it. Diane and I don't talk about it off air. We don't prep notes. We just have a conversation like we would over the telephone.
Yep.
It's completely organic, off the cuff, no scripts, no rehearsals.
Yes. That's why it works so well, I think.
Yes. It really does. But, one of the longest running battles that I've experienced in my life is that feeling of rejection. Whether it was self-inflicted or externally inflicted, it was one of those things that really becomes present in the month of February. For whatever reason, we'll blame seasonal affective, just so that we have a label for it. But it is one of those things that pops up. Why? Why does it pop up? I don't know. It's that feeling of not being enough, not doing enough. Do they like me? Why don't they talk to me? All of these feelings.
Yeah.
So,
So do we dive deeper into the root of rejection and how the neurospicy folks' rejection is different than regular people's folks' rejection?
well, since you're reading off that page, go ahead.
Well, RSD, that's coming up. I just wanted to make sure I had it right. Rejection sensitive dysphoria. The intense, extreme emotional pain caused by perceived or actual rejection, criticism, or failure, and very frequently linked to ADHD and other forms of neurodivergence, autism, because we are literally criticized 20 times more than someone else would be. So I think at the core of rejection, whether it's the extreme kind or the unleaded.
Is there such a thing?
For real. Well, because of neurospicy brains.
Of course.
Is abandonment, neglect, right? When we're abandoned, we feel rejected. When we're neglected, we feel rejected. And so I feel like for us, we need to navigate through, if we're feeling rejected, in what ways do we feel abandoned? What needs are not being met? In what ways do we feel abandoned and neglected, having our needs neglected? In what ways have we been feel dismissed or invalidated?
Right.
Right? That's also a rejection, right? I mean, emotional rejection, I think, is rooted in feeling like you're not enough because of being repeatedly abandoned and neglected.
Mm-hmm.
right? It goes right into our self-worth. Rejection helps us with our little uh, devil on this side that tells us how to feel shitty about ourselves, right? So how do we shift away from that?
And what's not crazy, but what's unique about it is that there is no textbook way. There are suggestions. I mean, people have come up with different ways of working through things, but there's no one way or one set way for somebody to move through those and to recognize and like, Ollie Jamrus in the chat said that she used to get those feelings and still gets them,
Hmm.
but has the tools. So what are the tools? How do we recognize that?
I
First of
have
all,
a ton of catchphrases that I use. One of them is it's not rejection, it's redirection. So let's talk about that because sometimes it's a mindset shift, sometimes
mhm,
it's tools, and most of the times it's reminding yourself that if it's not rejection, it's redirection.
right.
If it's not aligned, rejection is a good thing. We don't
Oh,
want that
oh,
anyway.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. The today on the good type of rejection.
Yes.
And then I mean, you're all set and all ready to all right. We're gonna use a reference. I won't mention name situations, but we're gonna use a reference of meeting somebody for the first time and things are going good, and then all of a sudden they ain't going good. You feel rejected, but then you realize, oh wait, they're kind of a piece of shit. So
Hmm.
thank you.
Right. Right. And if you get rejected by someone, add context, f- add all the information to it that you need to add to it. What is their beliefs and values, the reality, not the fantasy that you create in your head. Okay. That's also very important. A lot of times we're rejected because we have these expectations and we have this fantasy idea of what their thinking is. And we could be way off.
Right.
So in essence, we hurt ourselves by, you know, if it's not aligned with them and they're being honest with that misalignment, are we being honest with ourselves? That's the thing. I keep looking at Micah, so it looks like I'm looking in the wrong direction, but this is I like to look at someone or chats or whatever.
Yeah, my eyes are all over the place on the screen because I'm reading the chat, I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at myself. So it, you know,
We're
it's
all just looking in every
poop,
direction.
poop. Move on.
Right. Right. But I do feel as though at the core of it, we need to reinforce our self worth in whatever ways that helps us. So all the work that we teach you to do helps you navigate through feelings of rejection, especially when you're neurospicy, because we even struggle to read social cues and that makes things a little, and we're a little too much, if you will, for folks who do not have the capacity to meet us where we're at. So I want to talk about that for a minute because here's another thing about rejection. You feel rejection when you put yourself out there in vulnerability, right? We feel vulnerable when we are receptive to feeling rejected, if that
Yep,
makes sense, because you can't feel rejected unless you put yourself out there, right?
yep,
If
yep,
you
yep.
don't care, you don't care, don't matter. But if you care, vulnerable, you risk the chance of feeling rejected. So understand that others can only meet you at the level at which they've met themselves. It's not necessarily about you. And if it is, you're not aligned. So the reframe is the biggest piece of working through and navigating through rejection. The affirmation part of it, the healing tools part of it is another piece of it and another avenue of it.
Mhm.
Um, and just repeating that it's not rejection, it's redirection. That's going to be one of my merch t-shirts. I'm starting to talk about my merch because I'm talking about it with someone to actually try and make it happen. But you know what I
Exactly.
mean? It's a
Yes.
mindset shift. Uh, that you
When you
have.
realize that if you hadn't gotten out when you did, that you just would have continued to allow the treatment you were receiving and really realize how much worse off you'd be right now had it continued.
Right,
Yes, thank them.
right. So the reframe is rejection is actually helping us not steer off our course, not steer off our path. We need rejection in order to reinforce our belief in ourselves because it gives us an opportunity to strengthen our core beliefs and values and see things from a realistic perspective. Right? It stings
And
like
one of
because
the hardest rejections to overcome, you forgot about, but it happens in your daily life. And this is from personal experience. Look what I did, Dad. I put so much work into this. I'm so proud of this. Doesn't it look good? Aren't you proud of me? No. A memory of a time that I got in trouble because my closet was dirty. Spent hours reorganizing it, getting it just the way I liked. I was so happy. The floor was clear, everything was put away, and it was rejected.
Mm-hmm. Right. This is what Rock and Cherry's saying right here.
Oh, look at her learning.
I know. Listen, I'm doing it.
She is doing the dang thing. Look at her.
He said, "How would this tie into those of its who?" Wait, hold on. Let me reread that. How would this tie into those of us who, since as far back as we can remember, were told that we weren't living up to our potential, no direction on exactly how to do that? So that is a massive rejection. But that rejection is actually a violation of your free will and you as a human being, because that type of rejection is entirely based on someone else's projected expectations that you never asked for and that are completely unrealistic for you. So when you reframe it from the perspective of this rejection is coming from a space and a place that I don't even align with,
Right.
it's no longer a rejection. And understanding who and appreciating who you are in your full acceptance of who you are and what you are at every stage of your being. Loving yourself fully and completely at every stage of who you are, because you are an ever evolving being, and that makes you worthy and enough, period. Okay?
And the irony of the result of that, and always one of the things that I said for years to people I would talk to is just trying to get the love from my father, get the attention instead of the pushback and the push away and the rejection, that it turned into performing, overperforming, and having that feeling that if that's why the lyrics were what they were in the song of, if I'm not doing it just the way that they like, I won't be accepted.
Right. Right. I
And
came
it
from that
wasn't
environment
until
too.
I started to push that feeling away and not putting that into what I was doing. Like, look at me, look at how good I sing, look at how good my videos are, look at how good this is, and just fucking did them. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Real time. I mean, you guys have been watching. You see it real time. That
Yeah.
once I accepted that I loved what I do when I do it, I don't care what you think. Do I want you not to reject me? Do I want you to accept me? Absolutely. But do I care? Not as much.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I feel like this is a good time to talk about standing in your truth, not aggressively, just
No.
standing in it. This is my matter of fact. this is who I am. This is what I am. This is what I'm aware of for myself. This is what I'm learning. And acceptance, full acceptance. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It doesn't have to be proving yourself. And it doesn't have to be any of that, because any kind of rejection, can I use my personal example?
No, we're only allowed to use mine.
So, so like, there was, when I first moved down to South Jersey, there was one of the neighbors who had a master's in social work. I don't have a master's in social work. I just do what I do. I have a bachelor's in psychology, but apparently society thinks you need other stuff, whatever. And she was pushing real hard on me as far as, who do I think I am? I don't have her degree. What makes me qualified to counsel and to do what I do? And I didn't have to defend myself. My answer was, I don't do what you do. I do what I do. It's different. I'm absolutely qualified to do what I do. I don't know what you do. That's not what I'm doing. So, I just kept my cool and my tone, and I was just responding like that. I'm like, I don't know what you do. I just do me. It's different. And she kept insisting, to the point where one of the other neighbors then stood up and said, leave her alone, because it was just going on, and I wasn't budging, and I was still steady like a rock, and she was getting more insistent. But I see that everyone else saw her rejection and decided it didn't make any sense, because I kept my cool, because I just stood in my truth, because I just stood firm and said, okay, but this is me. So whatever, that's cool for you, but this is me. So that's what I mean. If you stand firm in your truth, you will see how others respond to that, because obviously your truth is your truth. The idea is, when it comes to feeling rejected, why do you feel like you need their approval for who you are? Ask yourself that. You don't. Stand firm in who you are, regardless of what stage in your journey you're at.
Yeah. And what's the true irony of that? You standing there calmly, not being phased, standing your ground. She gets angrier and angrier. Why? Because you're rejecting her emotions. You're rejecting her place. You're rejecting her position. Exactly. So you are actually mirroring back what she hoped for that she didn't achieve, and it's causing her to have the feelings that she's hoping you will feel. My air spray just decided to put a period on that sentence. The soundtrack of my life.
Yes. Yes.
But think about that. When people are responding to your lack of need of acceptance, and they feel like you aren't validating how they feel because it doesn't apply to you, and you are rejecting the fact that it doesn't click. It doesn't resonate. It doesn't align. I'm so sorry that you're having that problem, that's what your hopes were. That's not what this is. It's not going to happen that way. And I hope that you accept that. Well, you're not going to. Well, I'm sorry to make you feel rejected.
Yeah.
This isn't about you. This is about me.
Right. Right.
But we're not taught that.
No.
Of all the classes that needs to be in curriculum in schools worldwide.
I think a mindset, I know, really. I think a mindset shift that would help with reducing the amount of rejection that you experience is to, especially for those who come from backgrounds where you couldn't do anything right. I grew up in that environment, so I know. I mean, I would do things to expected standards, and they would come in and do it over again because it wasn't to their expected standards, even though, like you were saying, you do it, whatever. So I say that a reminder to everybody, you are not who other people demand you to be. You are not who other people demand you to be. As kids, we thought that was the only thing. We're all adults now. We all know that we get to decide what that means for us. This is where softness for yourself comes in. Stop accepting other people's demands and expectations on you as a gauge for your success in life, because you don't even want any of those things. It doesn't make any sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do not compare yourself to a fantasized version that someone else created of who you're supposed to be. That's not actually you. Okay?
Cash shared, I've lived hearing that I couldn't or wasn't allowed to reach my potentials. Is that also rejection? She, my mother, put up a second celebration for her friends because, like she said, she didn't think a child of hers would graduate middle school. I remember I felt so insulted, and if I had known, maybe I would have made more fun in school. Also, it wasn't an achievement because it was just school, basic society expectations.
Ugh.
Now, I can see that being a catalyst for later rejection feelings.
Yeah, and I'm sorry you experienced that. I'm sorry everybody experiences what they experience. It's this because we all feel it. We all have felt that deep level of rejection.
Mhm.
So that's basically a neglect of our needs. Our needs are being completely abandoned and neglected, and our being, who we are as a person, isn't even considered, and we don't get the opportunity to decide who that is. So we're being denied. Like denied. Like what? That in and of itself is a rejection, because, well, how come everyone else gets to experience life at their own what they want, but I don't? Like, I'm not in that club. What do you mean? Yeah. So the only way out is in, and
Right.
get to know who you are and become solid in that, and understand that you are not everyone else's opinion of you. If they don't align with you, they tell you through their rejection. It's especially important for neurospicy people to help themselves with that, reduce the physical, because it's physically painful to feel rejection when you're neurodivergent and have a neurodivergent nervous system. And a lot of people don't realize this or understand this who are not neurodivergent. And neurodivergent people don't realize that neurotypical people don't actually feel that
Or understand it.
or understand it. So I think it's important for both sides to understand it is physically painful.
Yeah.
So to help that, you need to become solid within yourself, right? And become unfuckwithable.
Including from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because your experience of any situation does not start externally.
Mm-hmm.
Your experience in any situation does not start externally. Argue with me if you want. You can argue with me in the chat. You can argue to my face. But it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people that say or do things to you do not cause the reaction you have. They do not cause the emotions you experience. They do not create the physiological change in your body. Nobody has that power over you.
Mm-mm. No. You know what helps when you're doing that going inside work is reminding yourself and asking yourself, in what ways are you rejecting yourself? Are you being dismissive of yourself when you intuit something, or when your gut tells you something? Are you not trusting yourself? Right? Are you rejecting your own needs? Are you thirsty? Do you have to go pee? Like, are you rejecting yourself in some way, in your nervous system's needs? It starts with being aware of the ways that you yourself are rejecting yourself.
I apologize for the banging in the background.
That's Jasper asking for food.
Oh no, that's downstairs.
Oh. Oh, goodness.
Anyway.
Listen, that's the fun part about being live. We never know what we're going to get.
To have a studio where there's silence.
Where's the fun in that? We keep it real on Phoenix Talks.
But I want to scroll up just a little bit, and I want to respond to Miss Cash in the chat, because when I said that no one can cause the experiences that you have, that you are responsible, and she says, Michka, even as a child. I'm going to answer that twofold. One, I'm not talking to children. I'm talking to grown adults. That's what this program is for. If this program were geared for children, we'd be having a different way of conversing the same thing to them, so that they could learn as children that they are responsible for how they feel. They are accountable for how they feel and how other people make them feel, and whether or not they allow other people to make them feel that way.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the biggest mistakes we make, which makes us feel rejected, is that we project what we feel in our heart and what we believe we would do onto others, and expect them to treat us the way we think that people should treat each other and that we treat people. That's the biggest mindset shift that we have to have, so that we can help ourselves to minimize and diminish until they go away the feelings of rejection. I'm not saying they'll never turn up from time to time.
Right.
Okay. I had a VP, my last job, I had a VP tell me that I was being judgmental because I was forewarning them about someone that we had a complaint about who was toxic and dangerous to us, a threat to us. And I made factual statements about my experience with them. And this VP was like, okay, but that's judgmental. I'm like, okay, whatever. So my response to her, I got that rejection sensitive dysphoria so bad because it was a VP. So right away that it took me right back to the whole, oh my God, I'm going to get fired. No, I'm not. Like, you know what I mean? Like the panic, you know what I'm saying? Like, but when I emailed back, I said, you know what, you're right. That could definitely be taken as being judgmental. And, if you need any further details on my personal experience, I can only speak to my personal experience, that kind of thing. And then I showed it to my boss when she came back, and she's like, there's nothing wrong with your email. I would have told her the same thing. And then found out later how much respect I had from that specific VP later on, and how they talked about me behind closed doors in other areas in a positive way. So a lot of times the rejection sensitive dysphoria panic is in our own heads because we're remembering exactly when our origin families told us we were a piece of shit in every single way possible in every aspect of life, right? Including the egotistical bosses that are out there and coworkers, in high school and younger, you got to deal with school kids and all of that kind of rejection. And that trauma carries with you and stops you and blocks you from reaching your fullest potential. And it's almost like that self-fulfilling prophecy. Rejection fucks you up. It slows you down. So remember what Micah said before, it's in you.
My mom always wondered why I was angry, then on the flip side would let me know how they can't afford me and were asking other family to take me. No one wanted me. In fact, when my mom died, they let me know I'm no longer family.
Wow.
Someone else out there eventually needs to know that they're not the only one to experience that.
Yeah. And understand that tells me the universe took care of them not aligning with you and just gave you a clean break, and like almost like cutting the chains to that lower vibration that was holding you, suffocating you, and tethering you with a chain to your neck. So in that way, I'm grateful that you broke free from that energy. That's toxic. So that must have been hard, but you broke free from them.
So what does polyamorous do? Polyamorous does this. What is the thought that plagues my joy? How does it make me feel? Is it true? And how would I feel if I didn't have this thought?
Beautiful.
I don't know where you got that from, but
beautiful.
Man, it sounds familiar.
Excellent.
and not because you've told me, and not because I've known you for years since you started doing this.
Yeah.
This is a common hack.
It's beautiful.
It really is. It's a common hack. And I am so grateful that you discovered it, even with no assistance, and you just something that you use to redirect.
Yeah.
And you just repeat those questions until the thought dissolves.
Yeah. Yes.
Is it relevant? Is it kind? Is it true?
Yeah.
It's another form of what you teach.
Right. Is it truth, relevance, and kindness? Are you speaking that way to yourself? And when you feel rejected, ask yourself, what are they reminding me of? And why, if it doesn't align with me and them, why am I allowing myself to have a nervous system response to this? So, and it's not a shame thing. It's a acknowledgement of like, I'm safe now. You can relax. And talking yourself through body safety as well, because I know our nervous systems get activated with rejection, especially when you're neurospicy. Yeah, it really sucked, Bubble Kittens, I'm sure. Any of that sucks.
It's the people who are closest to us who have the power to hurt us the most.
Right.
I would like to reframe that. It's the people who are closest to us that we give the power to hurt us the most.
Mm-hmm.
We freely give this power away. Why? Love. Connection.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping that because of that love, because of that connection, especially genetic.
Mm-hmm. Right. So when we're mistreated and rejected and neglected, but then sometimes we get attention, that's that trauma bond, and we end up all codependent from a very young age because we aren't taught and don't exist at young ages in a healthier environment. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the show, and y'all wouldn't be talking to us, and we all wouldn't be talking about this. So none of us came from a healthy dynamic. We came from trauma-bonded codependency dynamics, which breeds rejection because it's filled with judgments, expectations, projections, demands, discompassionate inconsideration for your own personal overall well-being and who you are as a person, and so when we detach ourselves from the idea that we need to make that person who is difficult like us, we allow ourselves to free ourselves to say, you know what? Nope. Don't matter who you are. You can't be in my inner circle anymore. I see you. I hear you. I appreciate you for what you are, but you're getting demoted into an outer circle. Right? Don't let them keep all that power over you. You decide. Yeah. This is a good
Not
episode.
easy.
It's a good topic.
One that we could talk about for months.
Yeah, really.
But I reject that idea.
Oh,
Ash
God.
Angel says, I was thrown away and others that were willing to take care of me. She didn't want them to do so. My father chose another family. Now, many years later, I chose myself and committed to at least show love to my kids. Now I reject them and we are grateful because it taught me to fight, fight, fight only for spreading that one thing I can love, acceptance, unconditional. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes. And we move through it. I love it. We just have to move through it.
One of the keys to not feeling rejected externally is to not feel rejected internally. You know, personally, for my coaching and people that I work with, don't should on yourself. Don't pressure yourself that there are things that you have to or got to do. These are shame building tactics that we fool ourselves with.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we don't get it done, we have that same feeling of not being enough, not being liked, not doing what we're supposed to, feeling rejected.
Mm-hmm.
So the first step is within. It's not to be accepted outside, because being accepted outside is a mask
Mm-hmm.
and a bonus.
Right. 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 Because most of survival mode is trying to get that difficult person to like you. We don't need to. If they reject us, it's because we're not aligned at all. You might have a different level of understanding. Your heart's in a different place. They got their own damn traumas they never fixed and healed through. You ain't got to take that on. You don't. You do not have to take that on. That's not yours to carry. Put it down. Give it back. Decide what yours is. Decide who you are. It doesn't have to align with them. And yeah, that's going to create issues. And that's okay. You just put them in their where they belong, outer circle.
You're not going to get a standing ovation for everything you sing.
So I want to respond to the loneliness thing because rejection does bring loneliness. Here's the reality. You're lonely anyway if you're surrounded by people you're not aligned with. That's even more lonely because you're continuing that rejection feeling and you're continuing to try to prove yourself in areas and arenas that you don't really shouldn't be you don't need to be putting your energy towards. So understand that until you stand in your truth alone and allow others who are like-minded to find you, there's going to be a period of time when you transition from making everyone happy and trying to prove yourself to I'm healthy and I can stand on my own 2 feet and I'm good with my own company and I'm empowered. And then all of a sudden you're starting to attract people who actually see you for who you are, who appreciate you for who you are and what you do. Okay?
Yeah. And when you're you again, when did you stop being you? Did somebody possess you? I'm not calling out a name because this is a general question. If you feel like you've stopped being you and you have to sit there and think, when I feel like me again, when I'm me again, did we have an outer body experience? Were you captured by aliens and another symbiote was installed into your body for somebody to take over and function in your life?
Yeah.
It might have felt that way, but you never stopped being you. You stopped being who you wanted to be,
Yeah.
who you could be. But because who you are appeared rejected, you pushed it away. You put the mask on. You complied. Did what you were told so you'd be liked. Kept going until you couldn't anymore. And now you rebuild. Guess what? You woke up today. You still get to.
Yeah.
This is not then. It's a different circumstance.
Right. Your worth does not diminish because someone else can't see it. They can't see your worth because they can't see their own. Remember that. People can only meet you at the level and depth at which they met themselves. Somebody told me something recently, which I absolutely love because she's vetting a new potential connection, like a business partner kind of connection. And I absolutely love this. She said, we're still kind of getting to know each other, and I need to see if she can meet me at my depth of vulnerability. And I'm like, that's beautifully stated. Because if people can't meet you at the level at which you've met yourself in your own depth of vulnerability, they're not going to understand you. So you're always going to feel rejected. You're always going to feel like you have to prove yourself because they can't understand you. They don't have the capacity. So do not place worth and value on the opinions of those who are not even close to where you're at in understanding wise and in emotional vulnerability and awareness.
You know, Bubble Kittens gets to watch me do a lot of in the moment readings. You remember just last night, my saying almost the same thing to someone else?
Reinforcing the message. Yes. Now you heard it from both of us. There's your sign. The reinforcements have arrived. Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So I want you all to realize you've always been enough.
We need to celebrate this for a moment, okay?
Yes.
Because this is what acceptance starts to look like.
Yes.
I've never been good enough, smart enough, strong enough, never enough, always pushed away, and I took it personal. Thanks to you, you're learning that it's not true.
Thank you. Thank you, Bubble Kittens, for seeing that for the way it is. You saw it.
We didn't see it. You did. We just pointed out.
Yeah. Thank you for looking over there when we pointed over there.
You can lead a human to knowledge, but you can't force them to think.
Yeah. We are always enough to those who align with us. We're never going to be enough to those who are never enough for themselves, who keep seeking the external validation themselves, who keep trying to control everything in their lives to try to make themselves feel better. You can't put yourself in their boxes. Yeah. And that's the end of the song that tells you you don't have to feel this way. It doesn't have to be this way. Yeah.
Take a look around at the people that do accept you.
Yeah.
For you. Even if there are times that you feel like they're not there.
Yeah.
They help to reassure you later that they were just busy. Because life happens. But when you go through life long enough feeling rejected, silence is so painful and loud. And that's one of the hardest things to overcome for neurodivergents, but for any humans, is when everything is all silent all of a sudden when, well, what'd I do? Did I upset them? Why are they ghosting me? All of these things. I could launch into another half-hour conversation about that, but in honor of time, I won't.
No, right?
But it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
To take a look around and see who has your back, who accepted you.
Right. Right.
And you don't have to hold on to being accepted by those who didn't. God, creator, universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, took them out of your life for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't have to bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're dead and gone, you can't.
Right.
Except in your memories and your thoughts and, oh God, I was never good enough. Yes, you were. They didn't know how to show you.
Just find your people.
Right.
There was a couple of years where my only friends were online that I'd never met before. I was okay with that. They accepted me. I'm like, I love these people more than the people around me. And I've never met them before. It's okay.
True story for us both.
But we need to just love ourselves.
100%.
Yeah.
Need help?
healingrose.org. That's me. My services are on there. And you can follow me on the socials to know what's happening. And we've got the core coming up tomorrow where we get to pull cards and give you a collective reading. And Lunaria on Friday. And then the Bloom on Monday, which I'm not sure of the topic yet because I haven't come up with my Sunday topic. So I'm thinking about maybe vulnerability. I'm not sure yet, but maybe.
All right. And tonight, don't forget at 8 p.m. over on Rise Radio, we got Will Aomi bringing back Honky Tonk Heaven tonight. And then Friday at 6 p.m. also on Rise Radio will be Voices on the Rise. And Polyjamorous is going to be spotlit this week. So that will be amazing. Can't wait for that. And if you need, look at that hand. I changed my thing. Did you see it? I changed my thing.
Pretty.
Now it takes you to my link tree instead of to the website. So it's a double click this time, but figured I would just throw them all in one spot. Yes, I copied you, Lunaria. But something that many may not be aware of, and if you want more information about it, you can reach out to me on Facebook directly. But I do have a subscription available. It's $10 a month for starters. It might go up at any given time to a different price, but $10 a month for once a week calls on Zoom that you'll have access to the recordings of that week and every week before. there's a chat community, and when I go live over on Epic, it will give you the opportunity to get a daily check-in. So grab it while you can if you're interested. I'd love to see you in the community. We are rising, and we are in flight. It's amazing. I'm loving the community that's building. So if you're interested, please reach out and let me know. You can also leave it in the comments below in the YouTube link. I will see it there too. Guys, thank you so much.
We love you.
Thank you for not rejecting our conversation. Have an amazing night. Love yourselves.
Love yourselves. Right.
And accept yourselves so that you don't wind up even more rejected. We'll see you tomorrow.
We love you. See you tomorrow.
And one more time for the people in the back. Good night.
Good night.
Walking by a mirror, avoiding the reflection, eyes not making contact, constant redirection, covering the sadness written on the face, checking every detail, masked firmly in place. But underneath it all, a feeling all too known lurks beneath the smile that one too many own. Rejected, you're not wanted, always in the way, words escaping, don't know what to say, can't get close, the fears spike, do they want you, do they like the feelings they neglected? It's Brindlewolf and Diane. So listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune